right. And here we are for the best podcast for UConn football coverage, Husky Huddle, only on the Coach Schuman Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel and featured on all social media platforms. Coach Schuman is very poor with time management and is currently indisposed. He will be back shortly. So I'm in charge. And when I'm in charge, that means it's fun time. And I get to go on rants and yell at people. And no, I'm not going to do any of that. We're here to talk UConn football. And we are just ecstatic at the transfer portal right now. And we've made some big signings that I think are really going to help us and make a difference. And the other aspect of it is fundraising. And we are going to try to help and contribute to that. As you see, I have Venmo at Husky Talk. Venmo at Husky Talk. If you do that, we will read a message of yours. You can say any message you want to the UConn universe. And your donation will go to UConn football, the NIL collective right now. We just have to raise more money because we're getting the better players. We need to continue to get great talent and next season have a chance to win 10 games. We have spots left. And, we want to make sure they have a little extra cash on hand to sign players if they want to. And that's what I am. I'm a giving person, very giving. I'm very caring, very selfless. I don't have any ego. I'm not arrogant. I just want what's best for UConn football. And we appreciate everyone's support, everyone watching the show. And it makes a huge difference because the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. We do very well. I would also like to thank Mr. Pete Kalen. Pete messaged me, and I apologized to him as well for the comments that I made about the Lockdown podcast. Pete is one of the nicest guys in the world. He works extremely hard, and him and Mark do an outstanding job. And we need all the coverage that we can get. We do not need dissension between the groups. And sometimes I go on Howard Stern-like type rant, and that's what happens. But we're not going to do that anymore because I'm on my meds. So you're going to get a much.
You're right. Is that true? Is that true?
Is what true?
Is that you're on your meds? Or you're just saying?
No, I'm not. I don't take meds.
God.
I probably should, but no, I'm not on my meds. Yeah. So I was just saying how I had an opportunity to speak with Pete Kalen.
Oh, you did?
Messaged him. Pete apologized to me if he said anything or did anything that upset me or offended me. And I said, Pete, you're the nicest guy in the world. You didn't do anything wrong. I said, the rant was mine and mine alone.
Oh, you ranted on Pete?
I ranted on Locked On, and he's locked on. I mean, he's part of that podcast. So he obviously, he thought he may have done something, and he wanted to apologize for it. And I said, dude, you're the nicest guy in the world. You've never done anything wrong, and it was all my fault, which has historically been the case. Historically, I am at fault with many of the incidents that I've had. So yeah, we talked about that. But we had a great show last night. Rebel Republic. I mean, a huge live audience. Huge live audience. We got a big night tonight. Money line.
I feel like they like our especially Twitter loves our. I mean, it must be Elon.
No, Twitter does. Twitter does that platform.
Now it has a conservative slant, right? So
yes.
Like, you know, the whole like whatever their algorithm thing is going, it's like,
yeah, I like. That's why I would love to know. I don't know. Does YouTube do that? Can they tell you other than how many viewers you get on YouTube? Can they tell you other platforms or no?
No, they can't. They can only tell you YouTube. So
I got you.
So even though it's going to other platforms, you won't really know. You won't know. You will only know YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I got you. I was just looking at our roster, and the biggest concern I have right now is our defensively. We lost a lot of talent. We lost a lot of our top talent.
Okay.
And that's what I'm looking to see in the transfer portal, what we have gotten defensively. I know we got a defensive lineman. I didn't know. I know we got the DB from Georgetown, who I watched, who's very good. But I just wanted to take a look and see who else we have in the transfer portal. If you have that list, I was trying to find online.
Who we have in the who groups of players that are in the transfer portal from us?
Who's coming in? Who we signed?
Oh
yeah. Because that's an area of concern. Because
we signed. Let's see here.
Jaden McDonald, losing him is huge. Jelani Stafford is huge. Malik Dixon leaving.
We signed MJ Flowers, the running back. Defensive back Sammy Anderson. Defensive back Devin Pringle from Grand Valley State.
Good. Division II.
Pee Wee Jr. cornerback. So 3 DBs. One running back, one linebacker. Aaron Key from Western Kentucky. This is old. That's old. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what else we got here. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let me just make sure we got that's 2023. No, we don't want that. Here we go. So we also got. Wait, hold on. No, it's. I go into. I give them my email address every day, and I keep getting.
I know it's a pain in the ass.
Why do they do that? It's so stupid, dude. It's not good. All right, so we got Yates, right?
Yates left.
I'm sorry, not Yates. Yates left. We got Romello Murphy from Old Dominion, 28 catches. Kamal
a receiver. Good. Okay.
Latu DB from Hawaii. Brian Parlam, linebacker from
good.
Washington. Trent Jones Jr., defensive end, Iowa State. Terry Kirksley Jr., linebacker, Kansas State. Vincent Carroll Jackson, D-line, Nebraska. MJ Flowers, I just said that before. Sammy Anderson, I said that before. Devin Pringle said that before. Kaluba Peeway said that before. And then O-lineman Hayden Bozich from Brown. And then
that one was interesting.
Yeah, third team All-Ivy kid. He'll probably be good. And then Stephon Wright, defensive end for Texas Southern, 6'3", 280, huge guy.
Oh, so they got so they did. Mike did bring in some good defensive transfers.
I mean, the running back played a lot. The other guys were like I think
Spot duty guys,
spot duty guys for the
rotational.
most part. Yeah, not Brian, not the linebacker. The linebacker played a ton. The Wisconsin kid has played a lot early on, the DB, but was not as much in the last year. The recruits from Grand Valley, Georgetown, and Austin P played a lot.
Yeah, the Georgetown guy I watched in person. He's
Okay.
excellent. Yes. He was a boundary corner. He was a pretty good lockdown guy.
Yeah, so I mean that's I
He
think that's.
adds depth.
I wonder what high school guys they're getting at UConn.
They only have 12. They only signed 12. That's why I think they are. I mean, there's obviously going to be more portal signings, especially because this will be the last year of the two portals.
Well, then we still have signing day coming up in February. So right, that's still a signing day, even though no one signs that.
It is. I don't know that. I don't know that we'll sign anyone.
I missed that, dude. I missed that. I missed national.
No, I hate February signing day
because
you got to be. Why? Because January was filled with. I had all the worst recruiting areas because I was the younger coach. So you know where I got sent to, Dave? Nebraska. I got sent to Iowa. I got sent to Wisconsin.
You mean you didn't like going there in January? You mean, or
who wants to go to Nebraska in January for recruiting? And who in Nebraska is going to come to Holy Cross? Half of them didn't even know what Holy Cross was.
So why were they sending you there if there were no recruits?
This is
pre-portal era.
Because we recruited nationally. And
no, but I'm saying nobody would send unless you have players pretty much now that you.
No, they sent us. I mean, I had to find kids at schools to be able to see. Like I couldn't tell coach, hey, I don't need to go to Nebraska this year because they don't have any players. Then he'd be like, you're not doing your job.
Right.
So I had to go.
Players.
No, they had a couple, and we actually offered a couple.
They have players,
and we didn't get them. And two of them I really wanted, and I was furious we didn't get them. The one ended up at Colgate, and the other ended up just walking on at Nebraska. He wanted to walk on at Nebraska, but Iowa. We offered a pretty good running back from Iowa. He actually came on an official visit, and we almost had him. But the problem was the schedule mostly because you're talking every weekend, basically, you're on the road recruiting. And then in January, that's when you have your official visits. So January is just a mess. Recruiting, official visit weekend. Then you got to fly out again. Sunday, you got to try to get a flight out.
JD Vance is getting sworn in right now.
Yeah, it's a great day.
That's interesting. I first of all, I loved Iowa. I don't know. Did you do Iowa too?
Mm-hmm.
I loved Iowa, but like you got.
I liked Iowa too. Just the flights were. Yeah, the travel was bad.
You go into small airports, right?
It's a lot of driving. Yes.
I remember.
It's a lot of driving, and you have 6 weeks, so you have to spend your time wisely.
Bring him to me. Let me look at him. He's black.
I'm black.
Can you
the microphone.
Bring me the food. Let me see.
Wait, you get to eat on the podcast?
No, I'm not going to eat. I'm trying to get. He needs to eat because he's got practice.
Oh, the kid. I keep forgetting you have a kid.
No, not me. I'll be fine. I'll hold off.
I had Nevada too.
Oh, Nevada's probably pretty cool. That's easy.
Nevada was fun because I would just go to Bishop Gorman was the good school there.
You go to
I would
Bishop
go there.
Gordon. You go to Bonanza. You go to
Yeah.
Durango. You
Yes.
go
Yes.
to
Yes.
some school. I don't know what school's in Henderson, but some school in Henderson probably.
And I would actually look at some of the JCs too.
Oh yeah.
So I always wanted that there was a JC quarterback I loved,
Well,
and
good.
I was furious. This is when I was at Dartmouth. We had horrible quarterback play, and I wanted to get a good quarterback. I found a JC quarterback with good grades, and we offered him, and he was going to come. And I was like, I did the first thing in Dartmouth history by getting a junior college recruit to come here. And what happened was he was offered by Louisville at the last second. So, of course, he goes to Louisville, and he never plays. He was a backup for 3 years. Should have been me. But I was the closer for recruiting on the recruiting visits. That's what they called me. I was the closer because I was the funny one. I was the personable one.
One more minute. No, 1 minute. I think 1 minute. I think because they're almost good.
Almost.
You know what? No, a little cool here. 1.5 minutes. Can you do it? All right. No. 2 minutes. You might burn them, dude. This is what happens when my wife's away on business. We have to work together. We've got to.
Oh, that's right. She has a job.
No, he doesn't have school today because of MLK.
Oh, MLK, right. So I was the closer.
Trump's in, by the way. He's in.
Yeah, I know.
You are, yeah.
So all the kids we really wanted, I would have to sit with the parents at the table with them, and tell funny stories and love them up, and I was great. That's why they called me the closer. Yeah, I told funny stories about like when we played Miami. I told them the Germany story about when I drank absinthe. Did I tell you that story?
No.
Oh, that's a good one. So real absinthe is the one that has the hallucinogenics in it.
Yeah.
And the guys who had been on the team the year before said, it was like one of our first nights there. They thought it was funny. They're like, you got to try absinthe. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell's absinthe? They're like, don't worry, you'll love it. So you put a shot in with a sugar cube, and then you light it on fire to burn off some of the alcohol, because in Germany it's like 200 and something proof or whatever. And then you blow it out. Take the shot. Most people, 2 shots, 3 shots are enough because it's really strong. I was feeling good. I take 6. Now, this is before we go to the bar. We go to a bar that has karaoke. And as you know, I have the voice of an angel. So I was singing karaoke. And the way it worked is you sing karaoke, you sing a song, you get a free shot. They give you free shots. And I was like, German Idol over there. I was like David Hasselhoff. Like, they loved me. They were lighting candles as I was singing. And instead of getting 1 shot, I would get 2 or 3 for every song I sang.
Oh, no.
So, of course, I basically did a set. I must have sang like 6 songs. So by the end of the night, I was close to blind. And the guys wanted to go out to another bar. Now, this is 3 a.m. in Germany. I just wanted to go back to the hotel. And they're like, Steve, we can't let you go back alone. You're messed up and something could happen. I'm like, no, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we traveled by train. Everything's train over there.
Right.
So they said, all right, listen, just you got to pay attention. Get on the train. Okay. And then there's one stop, two stops. You get off and switch, and that train takes you back to the hotel. I said, got it. No problem. Good to go. I get on the train, and I never do this. I must have passed out.
Yes.
But it felt like I was out for 10 minutes. I wake up to hearing the conductor over the train, and I couldn't understand him. The only thing I understood was saying something about passport. Something like, get your passport, have your passport ready. So I'm like, I'm wondering what the hell's going on. I look, and it's 4 hours later.
Oh my God.
So now I'm in a complete panic and a sweat. This was after a game. So we had a team meeting the next day at noon. And they gave us a security. We had security. They gave us a card with the security guy's name to call if you ever got in trouble. Of course, I didn't have the card on me. What are you really trying to get done? Like this?
I'm listening to you. Keep telling your story. It's a phenomenal story. Keep going. I'm just trying to get this.
Sorry. So I start going up and down the train, yelling if anyone speaks English. Does anyone speak English? Anyone speak English? And there were like 4 carts. Nobody responded to me. I start speaking Spanish. I took 5 years of Spanish. Okay. I'd say, habla español, necesito ayuda. I need help.
Right.
Nobody responds to me. I finally find somebody who spoke English. He was an older man, and he spoke English. And I said, sir, how far am I from Cologne? And he looks at me like I had 10 heads. And I said, sir, I thought you said you speak English. He goes, yeah, I speak English. You're about 4 hours from Cologne. We're 2 stops from Austria. I'm like, well, oh my God, really? I'm screwed. I'm going to Austria. Like I don't have my passport. I'm like, what do I do? How do I get back? So he tells me how to get back, and I had to switch trains twice. Now this guy doesn't know anything about me. I don't know him. He could have sent me to Israel for all I know.
Yeah,
or Russia. Like he could have done that. So I am paranoid in a full sweat. I'm just thinking, I worked so hard to get here, and I'm going to have to call my parents and tell them I'm coming home because I got cut because I missed the team meeting because I got drunk and drank absinthe. So I don't know how. I didn't have time to stop at the hotel to shower or anything. I go right to the stadium for the meeting. I'm about 10 minutes early. I walk in the room, and all the guys just turn around and just start laughing. And they are laughing. And I said, you motherfuckers, you made me drink absinthe. I almost wound up in Austria. I was going to get cut. Is this what you do to your teammates? And so if you're ever offered absinthe, don't drink it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. But I would tell that story at the recruiting visits, and the parents loved it. They thought it was hilarious.
Of course they did. Of course, the parents can relate.
So coach would always put me at the table with the top recruits' parents because I was the one everyone liked, and that's why I got nicknamed the closer. So even kids who weren't my recruits personally,
right,
I would help close the other ones. But I like the early signing day because from December to February, all you're doing is babysitting these kids.
Right. That's true.
And it's a pain in the ass because so many of them just want to be loved up.
Right.
They call you all the time, and they just want to talk. And I got to the point where I just said, listen, we like you. We want you. We've offered you a scholarship. We don't need to speak every day. If something happens, if you need help with something, you can call me. But I mean, I can't do this.
Doesn't mean I don't like you less.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it. It drove me up a wall. And it would be the same thing with parents. Like, I'd get calls from parents at midnight. And I'd be like, do you know what time it is? And because most of my areas were on the West Coast, they didn't care. So I did not really like recruiting. I didn't at all. I was okay. I was good at it. I just didn't like it because it was so deceptive, unprofessional. Everyone lied. The coaches lied. The players lied.
I'm sure they all lie still
about the offers, and it drove me nuts.
Don't the players lie too? Like
yeah, they do. I've been offered by this school, this school, this school, and this school, and then we find out no, they weren't. No, we didn't offer them, and they would commit and then decommit.
Yeah.
That's what would drive me up a wall. You've been committed to us because most of our offers would come out of camp.
Right.
We want to see most of the good kids at camp. We would offer them based on their camp performance. Yeah. So you're talking about June, they're getting offered. You have to babysit them from June to February. That's a long time. So I like that they moved it to December. At least gives you less time to have to worry about it. But the shenanigans still go on. Like, I know there were schools that recruited kids harder when they knew they were committed, which I couldn't believe. Like, oh, I'm already committed here. And then you'd get he got it right?
It's not crusty? It's not crusty. It's in the microwave, so that's perfect. So
yeah.
If it's flaming hot, just let it. If it's flaming hot, let it cool.
Is he making pizza?
And then you're good, and get whatever sauce you want. The hot sauce is get the hot sauce. If you want some hot sauce, put it aside, get your milk.
Is he making pizza?
No, he's making chicken.
Oh, he's making chicken. You're a good dad.
You're learning something today.
You're a good dad. You're giving great instructions.
Listen, listen, when his mom's here, she does all the stuff for him.
No, I know, but yeah, you're stepping up.
I'm actually teaching life lessons here, baby. I'm teaching life lessons.
Yes, life lessons. Again, if you would like to donate to the UCONN NIL Collective, you can Venmo at Husky Talk. The proceeds are going to contribute. We want to contribute and help out Mike Burton because they may need money for a rainy day. And we may bring in a quarterback. Who knows? We just want to make sure that we can be part of that and contribute. If you donate, we will read a message of yours on the air. And thank you for donating. And I'll take my shirt off and do a little dance if you want. So, yeah. So that's why I didn't like recruiting.
Interesting.
Well, I'll tell you the worst situation. We had offered an offensive lineman from Massachusetts. Okay. This kid was committed. He applied early action, which is early decision, which is binding. That's what we would do with our recruits. When they committed, we would have them apply early decision. So he got his ED letter, and the night before signing day, he gets a call. He gets offered by Boston College. Boston College was his dream school. He wanted to go there. Our head coach refused to. He was like, no, I'm not letting him out of the agreement. Absolutely not. And as a staff, we were just like, if he doesn't want to be here, you can't force him to be here. Like,
right.
You can't do it. But then it had nothing to do with us. Then it came down to the schools, because if you apply early decision, it's a binding agreement, and other schools will not mess with that. Like BC would not take a kid who was already signed early decision. He already signed it and was committed. So, we let him out of the agreement, but the schools would not. So he had to sit out a full year before he could go to Boston College.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought that was crazy too. I didn't like the dishonesty from the parents, from the kids. I didn't like the flip-flopping. I didn't like having to love the kids up and babysit them. That's what drove me nuts.
Do this. Here's an interesting scenario. Now, I understand they have to apply to the school. But why can't they do, let's say I offer Steve Cully.
Please do.
Right. And I offer you, and you say, I want to commit to you.
You're offering me a job? I commit.
No. Yeah. So I offer Steve Cully, and he commits to me. Why can't they just have, like you would in business, as soon as he commits, if he's interested in making that commitment binding, why can't I just sign him then, pending getting into the school? Meaning, as long as he gets into school, he's signed.
Well, you technically are, if you are offered a scholarship.
No, I'm saying, why don't they allow?
You're already in the school. You're already allowed in the school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But why don't they just do that? Like, why don't they just let them just sign immediately if they want to?
Yeah, they should.
As opposed to waiting any time period whatsoever, right? And then that way
that would make more sense.
And you might have some issues with like people trying to get out of it, but at least the kid and the school know that person's coming to them.
Well, you heard the situation at Wisconsin that's going on.
No.
So a kid at Wisconsin tried to enter the transfer portal. He was denied.
Okay.
And he announced he's transferring to Miami. He applied and got in, whatever. He's going to Miami. And Wisconsin is looking at all remedies, including suing him, because he's not living up to his NIL deal. Oh. He was one of the few that's actually signed a 2-year NIL deal. So if you're on it, so now they're going into another uncharted area. If you're on a 2-year NIL deal and you want to enter the transfer portal, you have to get permission to break that contract. Right. And Wisconsin did not give him permission to break that contract. So
want to know what I heard?
Yeah.
I heard that if someone wanted to break the thing of having to go into transfer portal, let's say you were going to Wisconsin and I didn't want to go there anymore and I wanted to transfer out. All I'd have to do was unenroll from the school.
Yeah, you drop out. Yeah.
And I don't have to do any transfer portal. I just re-enroll in Miami.
But okay, because that would nullify the NIL deal because you're not enrolled in school. You're not transferring.
I'm not transferring.
Wow. That's the loophole.
I watched a YouTube video on this. Okay, here's an interesting loophole. I watched just how things come in your feed. These guys didn't even have that many followers. They had like 500 followers, but they talked about it, and I was just like, wow, this is interesting. So I listened to the whole thing, and they basically said that the loophole is if I went to, let's say, UCONN, and I didn't want to go to UConn anymore. Let's say UConn. Let's say I wanted to go to Rutgers. I didn't want to go to Rutgers anymore. Okay. And I decided, and I signed some sort of deal, and they don't want to let me in the transfer portal.
Which is illegal, by the way. They're supposed to let you in the transfer portal.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's even say this. Let's say let's say I don't want to go into transfer portal because I've already transferred too many times or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That's
and now I
true.
decide say they're not
I'm
even
just.
no NIL deal. It's just I've
I'm not.
transferred
Yeah.
3 times, 4 times.
I'm
All
not
I have to
enrolling.
do is unenroll from the school,
Right.
and then
Apply.
apply to XYZ University. And if those schools are offering me a scholarship or deal, and I get in, then I don't need a transfer portal. You know who actually did that? So the running back that's going to Sac State, he didn't do it. He did this on purpose, by the way. I'll tell you, but he did it because like he had transferred out and it didn't work out. I'll tell you right now who did it. So the running back
Wow.
that Sacramento State got from Alabama. Okay, he had been at Alabama. He was a 5-star.
Right.
And he's had a difficult career. So he was at Alabama. He actually played a lot. Okay. A wide receiver. I'm sorry, wide receiver. He played as wide receiver at Alabama, played a lot. Then he did something. He violated some rules. He transferred out. He played for the Texas Longhorns. And then he left school at Texas. And he left Texas, and he was at no school for 2 years.
He just dropped out for 2 years and did nothing.
Did nothing. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he just got a commit. He committed to Sacramento State, and I think he's getting a good amount of money too from NIL. But he didn't have to go into the transfer portal.
No.
So it says he's committed out of the transfer portal, but I don't think he had. He did not have to go into any transfer portal.
He was unenrolled.
Yeah. He was unenrolled from schools. So I don't even know if he was actually in the transfer portal. They just say it because people don't know. But he just – because if you think about it, if you go to NAIA.
Oh, yes. An NAIA school.
NAIA is not part of
the NCAA.
So
Correct.
You don't enter the transfer portal to go to the NCAA. You don't enter anything. If you want to go to another school that's in the NCAA, you just enroll in a new school.
Right.
There's no transfer portal because they're not part of the NCAA system.
Well, the Sac State's not NAIA, right?
No, I'm saying once you're not enrolled in any NCAA school, period, any NCAA school, you don't need a transfer portal.
Correct.
You just enroll in the school that you want to go to.
And the junior college thing I also think is interesting because JUCOs were losing kids. But now they're going to get a lot of kids back because their eligibility either isn't going to count because they can't get NIL money. Either both years won't count or 1 year won't count. They'll get an extra year of eligibility, which I think is great.
Absolutely. All right, so here are the players that the high school kids have coming in. They
only have 12, though, right?
Yeah, yes, I believe so. They got 12. They have Xavier Bridge-Brooks, defensive back from Maryland, had a bunch of offers, 15 other offers. That's a good one. And Nykobe Brown from Georgia had a bunch of offers.
See, I don't believe any of that either. A bunch of offers. They all say they got offers. You know what they got? They got dick.
They got like this school. Like
they got like maybe 1 or 2 schools that offer them, and they all say they have 10 offers, and it drives me nuts.
So I know a kid who had at one time 40 offers or 30 offers.
Legitimately.
Wow. And when it came time to commit, because he got his offers at 9th grade.
Oh, because he waited so long, you said.
No, because he was like smaller. It never grew really. All those offers were off the table.
They got pulled,
including places that he had committed to. Now he still went Division I, big time, but he was like he was a guy that would look like he was going to be like a potential 5-star. But it didn't end up going that way because he just didn't get much bigger. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
So that kind of nonsense goes on too. Like you go to
they pull offers. Yeah, I hated that too.
They won't even pull it. You go to commit, You go to commit, and they're like,
and they won't let you. Yes, yeah, we had that too.
like,
We had that too, and it drove me nuts. The other thing, we would have, our board, and the guy who was ranked 5th on the board was committed. And then the guy who was ranked 2nd on the board became available and wanted to commit. So we would then pull the offer from the kid who had been committed to us, that was ranked 5th, committed to us for months, and then offer the kid who was ranked 2nd. And I just thought that was so unethical to do that, to pull that on a kid.
Yes.
It's like,
it
really?
All the time.
It does. It does. And that's why, that's kind of what soured me on college football.
And then they wonder why players do things to them,
Yeah, that's what soured me on college football. I mean, I did it for 10 years.
Nobody knows who the
There's no loyalty. There's no trust. And it's just the recruiting game.
It's both ways, too.
It is both ways, 100% both ways.
Player to coach. It's both. You know, it's funny. My guess would be that as people individually, the coaches, most of the coaches, not all, most of the coaches and most of the athletes, they probably were in their lives mostly trustworthy. Probably trustworthy.
Of course. I'm sure they were good people.
The recruiting process and how it's structured.
Yeah. And the money involved.
Rewards lying and cheating.
And the chance to get to the NFL and, all that. Yeah.
It turns normally probably decent people into.
They go rogue. They'll just they'll do whatever it takes. They become selfish and do what's best for them.
Everyone becomes that way, which is really hard, which is why people who are able to fight through that, I respect. But so anyway, we got a quarterback from Virginia, which you know about. He's
the guy that, has to be the guy. He's the top quarterback in the state. So It'll be interesting to see the plan right now. Now, someone I can't remember. No, it was Bellamy. Bellamy told me last night that Figiano has another year of eligibility.
Really?
Yes. Because, and I said, there's no way that could be true. He came from Maine, and he had an injury here. Bellamy said he went to a JUCO, so he has another year of eligibility. I didn't know that he went to a JUCO, so I didn't check on it or anything. But he told me that. I don't know. I mean, I think he's worth. Yeah, I think you got to keep him. Is
that why Figiano didn't want to come on our show?
Figiano didn't respond. No, I have to reach out to the SID, and Kyle Muncy had assured me that he would respond. And I think that would get him on the show. That would at least give us someone on the show. Okay, so he didn't play for a JC. He played at Maine, and then he just was Maine and UConn, so he doesn't have a year of eligibility. So it's Nick Evers, and then they got the 3 freshmen, and they got the Virginia kid. So they really don't need. Can you take a 6th quarterback? That's a lot, and I had talked to Mike, and Mike Burton had said that a lot of schools aren't going to go to the 105 scholarship model, just because they're thinking who wants to be the 98th kid on the roster with a scholarship. It's going to cause more problems because you're going to have 105 scholarship players and they all want to play. And
Trump just said he's going to bring all those hostages home.
Yeah, Trump's going to do a lot. This is his big week.
I'm watching this. I have to read these subtitles because
the subtitles. Yeah, no, he is going to hit the ground running, allegedly. with the massive deportation, and
Don't you
he's
love
got.
that we turned you into a political guru?
I'm not a political guru by any sense. I still
So
say
you're learning.
many stupid things,
You're
and
learning.
I'm still a registered Democrat. So yeah, but no, I've learned quite a bit.
That's well, the fact that you're a registered Democrat still gives us the if someone says that we're conservative maniacs, me and
Oh, you got an out because I got a Blue Man shoe, right?
we have a Dem on our
Yes.
moderator is a Dem.
It's funny because the only reason I'm a Democrat is because of my teacher in high school had us all register as Democrats. He told us just register as a Democrat, and then if you want to change down the line, you can. But the Democrat is the much better political position. So it's a better party.
Not anymore.
So my entire senior class had registered to be Democrats.
Ugh.
And I was a bleeding heart Democrat until 2016. Now I can tell you another funny story. My uncle Jim, played at Florida. He was a big time player from the area, one of the few that went Division I. He was a county legislator locally, and he was the Republican majority leader for our county. So for pranks, one of the best pranks I ever did, I went around and I got a couple of my friends. We drove around and we got probably 50 John Kerry signs. And in the middle of the night, after a night of drinking, we went and we stole signs from people's houses. And then we put them up on Uncle Jim's house, John Kerry. So his lawn was filled with John Kerry signs. He wakes up the next morning. He's getting phone calls. He's getting phone calls at 7 a.m. from people like, Jim, what's going on? Are you switching parties? Are you going to be a Democrat? Are you voting for Kerry? Like, what is this? And that was my prank. I thought that was a pretty good idea.
That's a good prank. He must have been fuming.
No, he actually was pretty good about it. He was pretty good about it. The one he was not good about, another night we were bored and got drunk. We went and we stole one of those big blow up snowmen, the one that you plug in and then it just blows up. Okay. I don't know how we found one. We were driving in the middle of nowhere and there was a snowman. And I'm like, I want that. And with my friends, I was like the coordinator because I wasn't fast enough or, big. I would get noticed if I tried to take something. They would have to go take it. So my friends got out. They unplugged it. The thing shrank. We took it, put it in the car. So I'm like, oh, we got to put it on Uncle Jim's lawn. That'll just be the best of the best. So they're trying to find a plug out on the outside to plug it in. My friend Dan Cercelli, shout out to Dan Cercelli. Dan finds a plug, plugs it in. This fucking thing blows up, lights up, and starts playing music. And it's huge. And my Uncle Jim at the time had a Great Dane, Riley. The Great Dane starts going nuts, barking, and barking. And Dan ran back to the car and we sped out of there. The next morning, our phone rings. Could you please tell Steven to stop? We can't do this anymore. And then the lady who we stole the snowman from was driving around and she stopped at Uncle Jim's house and she asked if she could have her snowman back. She goes, by the way, that's my snowman. Can I have it back, please? Sorry, my nephew. He's special. They unplugged it and brought it back.
Oh Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is a great story.
Yeah.
By the way, you know,
you got 3 good stories.
most attractive person in Donald Trump's cabinet by far is Kristi Noem.
Oh, I've heard that. Yes. Yes. I think by
Turn on
far.
the TV. She's in the back left
Yeah.
side.
Well, he's smart. He needs the eye candy.
She looks like she probably I think she played basketball in college, maybe even. But she looks like she could be like she's got to be in her 40s, and she looks like she could be a
Well, I'm sure she's had some work done.
well, I mean,
you got to get a little Botox.
I'm sure they all have work done now. I guess, right?
I would get work done. No, I would. I'd get some Botox. I always wanted to do the John Wayne Bobbitt surgery.
Okay.
No, John Wayne Bobbitt got the extension.
He got the extension because he had gotten cut off, right?
Yeah, but he got a bigger one.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. So
how'd they do that?
They take skin and they graft it and they make you a bigger one. So I want.
What about the hole? What about the veins and all that stuff?
Well, they connected it all and it worked. Well, no, he had a problem at first, but they fixed it. But he got a bigger one. So my goal, insurance will never cover it, but they do the enlargement surgery. I would get it done, and I'd add probably another 6 inches. And then I'd walk around naked all the time. Well, wow.
Guess how old Kristi Noem is?
How old?
I'm shocked.
How old? 50. Don't say 50.
53.
Wow. See? That's Botox. She's gotten work done. She's probably got a little breast lift. You
think she did?
Yeah. That's why they're up.
Well, everything's all.
Yeah, she's not sagging. She's not sagging at all. Yeah, but that's what I would do. I would get the extension.
These like 60-year-old women that look good. Is that what they're doing?
Oh, they all get work done. You have to. Listen, and I'm all for it because it's a lifestyle change and it makes you feel better about yourself. It gives you confidence. So I think anyone who wants to do it has every right to do it. But the problem is insurance doesn't cover a lot of it. You got to pay out of pocket. But
if you're Kristi Noem, you got plenty of money. So
you do. But once I get a clear $30,000, I'm going to New York City. I'm getting it done.
Let me see, Kristi Noem. Let's see what she looked like when she was 35. At 35. It's hard to find a picture. Oh, wow. She looked kind of different.
Well, yeah, because she's gotten a lot of work done.
What? She looks way different when she was younger.
Yeah, because she got work done, Dave.
I mean, she was still pretty, but like she's like.
It's because she got work done. You change.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, she does look completely different. Yeah, it's 100%.
When she was young and now.
Yeah, I got the images. Yeah, I can tell you.
She's 100% got work done.
Yeah, I mean she clearly got
pretty, but
she got a facelift. She may have gotten some cheek implants.
Definitely her in high school.
Definitely
a girl. I mean, obviously.
She definitely got a nose job. She got some work on her nose.
I mean, she was a Miss something.
Yeah. But I mean, she's
better than she did when she was like 25.
That's what I'm saying. She's had hundreds of thousands of dollars of plastic surgery.
That's incredible.
Well, I'm all for it. I mean, if you got the money, do it. I mean, you feel better about yourself. You wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm hot. Like I can get anyone I want. Like why wouldn't you? That's what I would think. That's why I said I'd walk around naked. I got a hog. Like I would rub it in everyone's face.
You would be a problem. We would not want you to. Who is the woman that he's acknowledging? I'm trying to figure this out.
Can I ask you? They said that Bush showing up was a big deal.
He was there.
Yeah, but they said that it was a big deal that he doesn't like Trump.
Yeah, they don't get along.
Oh, okay. So it's again.
And Obama showed up. Obama's there.
Well, like we all said, they got to kiss the ring.
Didn't show up though.
Frank said that they all have to come kiss the ring because he said they want more money, which I can't believe. Like they got millions upon millions of dollars. They still need more. And Frank said they all want more.
Contributions to their presidential library, maybe continuous contributions. That might be part of it. All right, listen, I got to jump though.
Yeah, I know you do. I know. Where are you? Where you're going to practice?
Yeah. What time tonight?
So we're starting at 7:30. I'm going to get there at 6:30. We're going to try to find the best place to set up.
So I am going to set up a live here, get you rolling.
Yes, you have to.
We're going to be continuous, and then like if you jump off, you jump on. Like it's going to be a watch show, right? Like
yeah. You're going to start it live. I have the phone connector.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the phone number out. We can take call-ins. If people want to call in, they can call in.
Oh, Carrie, that's who it is. Okay.
Yeah, she's singing "America the Beautiful," and then Tyler.
Looks completely different. She looks different.
Well, yeah, she got work done.
I this is gonna sound funny. I have to go, but I hate doing this. When they first were announcing her, I shit you not.
You didn't recognize her?
I thought she was a mixed, half black, half white woman.
Oh, well, that's a spray tan.
Her spray tan, the way that they did it, and the way her blonde hair looks, like how they pull it out, it reminds me of. I'm trying to think of the singer,
Taylor Swift.
Light skin, like very light skin, but like has like blonde hair. Not Beyonce, but it was.
Not Taylor Swift.
No, okay. no. A woman who's like you know.
Oh, light skin. I got you.
That's. I'm like, who is this woman? I didn't realize that was Carrie Underwood.
So
you know what's great about these women now? What they look like 15 years ago. If you were like, let's say you dated one of these girls, like like you were, I dated so and so 15 years ago, and then you see her, you're like, wait a minute, that's not even the same person.
Yeah, it's like, wow, you must have pulled some good ass. But I'm gonna set up my phone. So if you want to put my phone number down, we can take call-ins. And then Tyler wants to come on for a quarter.
Text me that, so I'll put it on the bottom.
Yeah. I'll text you my phone number. Tyler wants to come on for a quarter or two, and then we'll have people in the bar come and give some comments and insights. Okay, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Great.
Let me run.
All right.
Let me go.
So can I do the outro, please? No. Am I allowed to do the fucking outro? Yes. Trying to just get out of here. You're late, and then you won't let me do the outro. This has been Husky Huddle with the great Coach Schuman and myself, Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Catch us live on Moneyline tonight. Coach Schuman Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel. It'll be on all social media platforms. We are going to have a watch along at Tony's Pizzeria, Sports Bar and Grill in Washington Mills. $20, all you can eat pizza and wing buffet. We're going to have a great time. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and give them the Christy note.
That was a good one.